Kami is a Japanese term that refers to the god deities of Shintoism, who are usually thought to bring good fortunes for humans. Meanwhile, yokai are usually the mysterious, fearful creatures that represent evilness. They tend to harm people in various ways, either just mere disturbance or even death. Long story short, Kami represents good fortune, while yokai brings about bad luck. First, look at the definition of the term yokai. Yokai is usually translated as monsters, but the term itself only means an unexplainable occurrence. Imagine applying this phrase to a discussion of Kami. Would you think of the term unexplainable occurrence the same way? Because ancient people did not have the developed scientific tools to explore nature, they eventually came to assume that all inexplicable phenomena were created by a more heavenly existence. An example of this would be Raijin and Fujin, who both represent the bizarre phenomena in nature that ancient people could not explain, unless assuming that those were created by the heavenly deities. In this manner, an unexplainable occurrence does not only refer to yokai, but is also perfectly applicable to the existence of Kami. Moreover, despite yokai were more commonly thought of as evil figures, Kami can also produce misdeeds and bad behaviors, making an even more confusing boundary between the two. A specific representative of a Kami who had brought harm to human beings is Susanoo, the god of storm. He was described to be an extravagant, arrogant Kami that often played tricks and created annoyance to both heavenly deities and mankind. On the other hand, even though people normally assume that yokai are all harmful, their existence do have some valuable meanings in social and educational senses. For instance, take a look at Kappa. Such a fearful existence actually has a good assumption to its creation. In specific, Kappa's frightening habits are seen as a warning to keep children away from playing in the water, and so their origin was of good intention. There were also some other yokai that were completely unharmful, or rather useless as well. Additionally, Kami are worshipped very often in shrines, but not all shrines were built for the worship of these heavenly deities. There are shrines for yokai too, although not for the purpose of worshipping, but rather to beg for peace and to prevent them from disturbing humans' lives. Therefore, yokai are unworshipped Kami, and Kami are worshipped yokai. The ideology of Shintoism is not set in stone, and both Kami and yokai do not represent a perfect figure. One last similarity that these two creatures share in common is their origin. That is, both of them may be originated from the spirits of humans, depending on their motive. The powerful humans in history are worshipped as Kami, while angry, deeply resented spirits transform into yokai. Nowadays, the images of both Kami and yokai are used very frequently in modern media and visual cultures of Japan, attracting an enormous amount of tourists interested in these supernatural characters. However, most people would only reckon them as two completely distinct groups, without even realizing that they in fact share many similarities with each other. I hope that the situation is no longer true to you, who is sitting behind the screen and has spent 4 minutes watching this helpful and hopefully entertaining video. Thank you!